You ever witness something in the game that just sits with you afterwards? Not because it was a boss fight, not because it was dramatic, but because it felt wrong? Carlito Keyes, the man who caused the outbreak in Dead Rising, doesn't die in some heroic stand. He dies in silence, screaming as he's dragged into a meat grinder. And if you weren't watching closely, you probably missed the most disturbing moment in the entire game. Carlito Keyes, a terrorist, mastermind, revenge-driven survivor of a massacre. He was never meant to be a hero, but the way he dies in Dead Rising, it doesn't feel like justice. It feels like erasure. Carlito's death isn't part of a cutscene. It's not even mandatory. It happens quietly off to the side during the boss fight with Larry the Butcher in the maintenance tunnels. If you're not fast enough, Larry drives Carlito into a meat grinder. You hear the scream, you hear the blood, and then mission failed. No dramatic music, no final words, just metal, flesh, and silence. And that's the moment that always stuck with me. Carlito wasn't just evil, he was shaped by evil. His village, Santa Cabeza, was destroyed. His people were used as test subjects for the parasite that started it all. What he did, bombing the mall, infecting the town, it was horrific. But in his mind, it was justice. His entire life was about one thing: make the world feel the pain he grew up with. But when the end comes, none of that matters. Larry doesn't care about justice. He doesn't even know who Carlito is. To him, he's just meat. That grinder in the corner of the tunnel, it's not just there for gore. It represents something. It represents how quickly we turn into things, into statistics, into faceless bodies we don't have to understand. Carlito dies the same way he feared his people died, without being heard, without being seen, without mattering. It's almost poetic in a sense, and it's also absolutely terrifying. I think about that moment more than I like to admit, because honestly, I think we all fear that kind of ending. To fight for something your whole life, to believe you're doing the right thing even if it's the hard thing, only to be forgotten. Carlito's story doesn't end with redemption, it doesn't even end with understanding. It ends with steel teeth grinding through bone, and a flat screen that says you failed. But I think it's the game's way of showing us something deeper. Even monsters have stories, and sometimes the world doesn't care enough to hear them. Carlito Keyes was a villain, but he wasn't empty. He had purpose, he had pain, and he had a past. And the fact that he dies in the most random, meaningless way, that's not just dark, that's the point. Do you think Carlito deserved a death with meaning, or was the grinder the truth he couldn't escape? If you enjoyed this video, drop a like and hit the subscribe button, and let me know in the comments of what you really think about this video. But until, stay tuned, and see you next time.